contains spoilers. Black cabbased psychological thriller The Apprentice isn't exactly known for gender equality. For its 12.5 blessed years on this planet, the businesswomen have been called girls, or gels, when Lord Sugar Siralan is talking, and any time female candidates dare to argue, they are sombrely termed a disgrace to women in business by Karren Brady, while the men nod and practically mime nagging with their hands. Well, petty bickering is the very lifeblood of this program. The women are supposedly letting their gender down, whereas the men who take chunks out of each other simply remind Lord Sugar of his younger self trying to make it in the dog-eat-dog world of 8-bit processors. But the worst is the ism of the candidates themselves, laid bare in the tasks they must complete to become head elf at the walkie-talkie, or whatever it is they're trying to win. There are just so many examples. Greater than women told to flirt for sales. Greater than men assuming they'll win DIY or manual labor-based tasks. There are a surprising number of these, classic test of business skills. Greater than the team in Series 10 who invented a quiz board game called Relationship Guru. What do men least like? A visit to the mother-in-law. Men don't tidy up their clothes. Do women like a man to ask them out over text? Women prefer chicken salad to chocolate. Men prefer cricket to waxing, etc. Greater than and the notorious advert task in Series 6 resulting in OptiClean, with which a wife cleans 8 surfaces and has hands to spare for giving her idle husband UAL favors. The Mail has labeled this year's series one of the worst in terms of same bickering, referring to the notoriously catty ethos that seemed to run amongst the latest team. But, as the candidate making these complaints was Sarah Jane, only the second woman to leave after 6 weeks, something seems to be working particularly well for the women this year. The gels are fighting back. First, we had the men's team lose 3 times in a row. Okay, they were led by Michaela in that third task, but she relished the opportunity to oppress her minions. I'd go over to the boys definitely, as long as I can be PM project manager. I've got 4 brothers and keep them all in place. Kinda want Michaela to win it for the boys. The Apprentice girl power, get them boys in line. Megnog. @_Megs SSX October 18, 2017. It took 4 weeks for a woman to be fired, and now there's only 1 man against 4 women left in the process, down from 2 men versus 6 women last week, and the women are loving it. Take this exchange, in the back of a cab, where else? In the most recent episode between Michaela and Sarah. Michaela, the boys have had no chance, have they? Sarah, no. They just haven't shown at all. The 2 that are left are strong. So if they can work with us, take our lead, they'll be alright. Knowing laughter. Note reader Harrison was not, in the end, alright. Michaela, yeah, if they just do as they're told. Like a good little man. Rapturous guffaws. Sarah, if they know who wears the trousers, they'll be fine. Look, camera pans over all 3 women in the cab wearing trousers. They howl uproariously. Patriarchy crumbles. End of scene. Week after week, the men have been consistently objectified and shuffled into junior roles. In episode 7, the Selacar task, Andrew, as the only man in his team's advert, was instructed to just be a guy in the passenger seat, and look pretty. He did a good job of it, smirked Michaela afterwards. His alternative idea for the ad. You could even use assisted parking while she's putting on some lipstick, or something like that. Silence from his female colleagues. They've just put me to the sideline, he complained. I thought this was going to be Jason Statham kind of stuff, and it isn't. The Not So Fast and the Furious. The Apprentice pic.twitter.com 3xd6lv9x. The Apprentice at BBC Apprentice November 15, 2017. Suitable punishment, surely, for his used comments in week 4's corporate hospitality task, when he denigrated women's football. Last year, more people came to the Women's FA Cup final than came to the Men's England game. Michaela hit back. The women kicked your ass. Lady Brady coolly informed him later in the boardroom. In Week 10's task, promoting a fashion line, Harrison was accused of simply being an assistant, duty-ferrying clothes back and forth, taking notes, and putting chairs out, while James's only role was to humiliate himself, model the menswear, and put his hair in a center parting, like a 90s A1 cast-off. The Curse of the Curtains. The Apprentice pic.twitter.com 5kv2 Rixty. The Apprentice at BBC Apprentice December 6, 2017. This was while the women in his team lecherously recruited male models. Okay, you've got a 30-inch inside leg, leered Elizabeth from beneath her chosen model. Yes, Elizabeth, cackled Michaela, as they inspected each man's six-pack. Cue a shot of extremely uncomfortable beautiful men. And this may be the problem with The Apprentice's new approach to gender politics. There is still no equality. Someone, whoever they are, has to be ritually degraded. Twice, Lord Sugar instructed the last remaining male contestant James to man up, proving that it's still about as far from enlightenment as Canary Wharf is from the show's true location.